We welcome everyone, and it's my proud privilege to introduce our today's speaker in this study group of DirectX, CA Nilesh Vasa sir, who is a FCA and NCOM, a dual qualified, a practicing chartered accountant since 1997 with the name of NB Vasa and Company. The core field are income tax, GST, TDS, also past career of one of the biggest study circle of Mumbai, Borivali's Central CPE Study Circle, and also contributing now also I am seeing actively. And presently, sir is a secretary of Sri Svetampar Murti Pujak Jain Sangh Borivali, and sir has conceptualized networking and knowledge sharing forum for CA fraternity. Sir has delivered lecture at many places, including our WRCN study circle as well for the chartered accountants. Organized various successful events for fraternity like refresher course and sports leagues as well. So with this brief introduction, we welcome you, sir. Thank you for your time and sharing knowledge with.
It's my pleasure. We'll start because we are because we'll start it step by step so that you get connected till the end. Okay. Now, first thing, this year ITR have already started, so everyone knows how many ITRs. I will not go into this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only change from the perspective of the capital gains. From the before that, it's a disclaimer is that in India there are two laws, income tax law. One law that is prepared by the CBDT, and one law that is prepared by Infosys. Finance minister doesn't listen to Infosys, and Infosys doesn't listen to finance minister. That is a technical problem which everyone is facing. We know that law is supreme, but ITR forms rules the law, and nobody fights because in India everyone knows for a 5,000, 10,000 rupees, no CA will advise the client that you go in appeal. However, he may be the correct. You say, sir, 200 rupees भरने को आ रहा है, sir, भर दो, matter close करो. Because instead of saving the 200 rupees, you will be wasting 2,000 rupees on me only, more than that. So we don't go into that. So this slides and everything, what has been prepared for the capital gains, it has been checked as on date on the utility. Utility keeps on changing. If they find out some bug, they may rectify it and there will be a changes. Otherwise, till date, utility is supreme. See, what we are using, Winman we are using, or we are seeing Office or ClearText, whatever software we are using, those are based on that schema only. So if there is something wrong, then it will go into wrong. And I don't say that all softwares are wrong. Each and every softwares are 99.99% perfect. They also have inherent 1 or 0.001% bugs because they must have not foreseen. For your just example, I can tell you what is a bug. I have an SSC who is running a private limited company, and his fourth alphabet is F. It can never happen. It has to be C. But I am having a company, private limited company, 20 years old, registered company, having a PAN number with fourth alphabet F. So I am trying to file that return on the software. Software has an inherent feature. If the F alphabet is not C, sir, you cannot proceed. Then I went to the online utility. I filed it the return to there. It has been already accepted because CBDT knows that it is a mistake from their part. They have to accept it because uske base pe it has got registered in ROC also. And last 15 years I'm filing the return, and I cannot change the PAN number now because once the PAN number is changed, the whole scenario will get changed. Every bank mein change karna padega, ROC have to change, everything has to change. It's not possible. So this thing happens. So software have 0.001% bugs. Utility also have bugs. Income tax calculator has a different type of story only. If you will put your answer in the utility, it will give some different answer. If you put in income tax calculator, वो आपको अलग answer देगा. Because they have some problems. And this year, everyone had a question that why returns got late, why this thing. When I went through this only capital gains part, I came to know that it was very valid only because of this 23rd July amendment. There is lots of permutation combinations. You can never imagine what type of permanent combinations can arise because of 23rd July. And 23rd July, she must have written only one line, but in that one line, she has given a draconian effect to the law. And nobody has ever realized also. Okay, so this is a disclaimer that whatever is there as on date utility is there. Kal change ho jayega, so I don't know. Okay, now we'll start with the, this is just for your knowledge. ITRs 1 was never for capital gains. Till last year, ITR 1 was never for capital gains. It was only for people who are not having business income, not having capital gains, not having any carry forward losses, and not having any income more than 50 lakh rupees, not having any exempt income more than 5,000 rupees, all these things. But this year, only for capital gains, where you have a long-term capital gain, and that also is restricted to only 1,25,000, you can file ITR 1 also. And the best part is that in ITR 1, in ITR 2, 3, 4, wherever there is a capital gains, and if there is a long-term capital gain, you have to give detailed script wise. Because grandfathering, long-term, this thing cannot be calculated without giving the script of the name and INE number. But in ITR 1, they have asked only two figures. What is the sale consideration? What is the purchase consideration? And if your long-term capital gain is less than 125, you can file the return. They are not asking anything script wise. Only reason I think why it is happening is because वैसे भी 1,25,000 up to 1,20,000 there is no tax. It is exempt. So they are not bothered. You are earning. So you can give a case study for this. If my sale is 100 crores and if my purchase is 99 crores, 99,000, still I can show it in this. Because my long-term capital gain is 1,000 rupees, I can file ITR 1. So my long-term capital gain is 1,25,000, I can file ITR 1. So only change in from income tax return perspective, ITR 1 and ITR 4. The only change is that under capital gains under section 112A. 112A, I will just brief it out. 112A is on for long-term capital gain where STT is paid. And 111A is for short-term capital gain where STT is paid. So these are only two sections where this things is applicable. Otherwise, if it is unlisted company, debt, unlisted debts, many more things, it doesn't fall into this. Okay. Now we'll start the second one. Now the capital gains rule. Everywhere it is written on or before 23rd July, after 23rd July. I just mentioned, I just added on over there. Actually, it is not before 23rd July, it is after 23rd July. It is before 23rd July, on or after 23rd July. Because 23rd July is also the date, from that day the law has changed. So if you have sold the property on 22nd July, it is a different story. If you have sold on 24th July, it's a different story. But if you have sold on 23rd July, it's the same story of as of 21st July. So there are only two partitions, before 23rd July, on and after 23rd July. So the whole law is dependent because somebody asked me a query, sir, 23rd July, the budget came at 11 o'clock. And if I have registered a property at 10 o'clock on 23rd July, whether it will fall or it not fall. Because practically that property I have sold before the budget was announced. But they made it very clear, 23rd July is also the date where the law has been changed. So if you do anything on that day before the budget, still the law applies. Okay, so there are two things. Now, this thing will just wrap it out because this is the only change which came after 1st October. Now, this is regarding to capital gains. Earlier, what was happening? If you have any buyback of shares, for example, I purchased a share for 1 lakh rupees and the buyback has happened for 2 lakh rupees. Technically, we were doing a capital gains. My purchase date, my indexation before that, and when indexation got ended, then the difference of 10%. So 1 lakh rupees was my long-term capital gain on what I was paying the tax. From 1st October 2024, they have changed the law.
सर तो कॉफी है
हाँ कॉफी ये चाय दे दो ना किसी को कौन ले रहा है
वो अलाउड नहीं होगा बोलते हैं पार्टिसिपेंट को वो पूछ रहा हूँ ये तो ना 4 ही लोग हैं मैं बोलता हूँ वैभव को बोलो so for buyback of shares from 1st October 24 before that 6 months it is same capital gain scenario but from 1st October 24 the only change now you whatever you get in buyback that is a deemed dividend and you have to show it in income from other sources, flat. And the purchase price, what you have given for those shares, your purchase price, say 1 lakh rupees, your sale will be considered zero. And you can claim long-term capital loss of 1 lakh rupees that you can set off against any of your another capital gain or obviously capital gain, or you can carry forward it to next year. There's only two options are given. And if you're having no income, in that case, that loss may be because any income less than basic exemption limit
you are not supposed to file the return. But for this loss, you will have to file the return. Okay, so this is the only change in buyback proceeds. Whatever income you get, the proceed should be treated as a dividend income, and it should be under head income from other sources. And the capital loss can be brought forward and set off against any other capital gains for the next 8 assessment years. So that is a law which has changed for buyback. Everything has changed from 23rd July, but this thing has changed from 1st October 24. Okay, now changes in capital gains. What is a capital gain? I need not explain, everyone knows. But initially the property, it was 3 years. Last 2 years, it is only 24 months. So any capital arising from capital gains, all assets held for 24-month long-term assets, except listed securities. Listed securities only for 12 months. So 12 after 12 months is a long term, and for asset held more than 24 months, other than listed security, it is 24 months. Okay. For listed equity shares, equity oriented funds, and unit of business trust, and holding period is 12 months. Otherwise, everything is 24 months. So it is called long term, and the sections is 112 and 112A. 112A is STT based, this scripts. Okay. Now 112A means equity shares, equity oriented fund, and units of business trust. Unit of business trust is, I can say, REIT. You must have heard REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. What you get. Okay. Zoom कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, उसको बुलाओ ना भैया, वो कंप्यूटर वाले को. जूम कैसे करना है, बाहर बैठा होगा.
See, now the taxation on.
ये आ गया.
So zoom कैसे करना?
प्लस करके
प्लस ही करो ना, वो तो वो ठीक है, वो तो. Yeah. Now see, I will just see. Still more? Okay. Fine. So now, yeah, taxation on capital gains. Now there are 4 categories: equity shares, preference shares, unlisted shares for non-resident, and foreign securities. This is the only thing which can be you have in capital gains. Apart from this, only is immovable properties, gold, jewelry, and everything. So initially it was, see, for transfer before 23rd July, the rule was 12 month, 24 month. For transfer 23rd July, also the rules remain same. 12 months, 24 months, and this thing. Now, applicable rate, technical equity share, it was 15%. For short term, it has changed to 20%. And in the long term, it was 10%. It has changed to 12.5%. Same way, other than listed preference, unlisted, foreign security, everywhere it was applicable rate. Now, for short term is applicable rate means you have to add it into the income. Jobi, whatever slab you are following, you have to follow that slab. But in a long term, initially it was indexation 20% or 10%, but now flat everywhere it is 12.5%. There is no scheme for indexation. In this property will come next for NRIs or foreign resident. In fact, indexation is now stopped for them. In fact, for us, we have 2 options: either go for indexation or either go for this in immovable properties, not for shares. But for NRIs, that is also stopped. Now only one option, pay flat 12.5%. But for Indian, now we will just check it out with shares. It is the flat rate is 12.5%. After 23rd July, everywhere for anything you have to pay 12.5% without an indexation benefit. And initially only on this one. Listed preference shares, you had an option of indexation. Otherwise, it was 10%. With indexation, without indexation. Second, now this listed taxation on listed debt instrument, debentures, 0 coupons, and unlisted debentures. On that, this year the only change is that initially it was 10%, first 2 items. Now it is 12.5%. Only change they have made is for unlisted debentures and bonds. Initially it was 20% without indexation. Now it is stopped. It will be considered as a short term only. Though you must have sold after 10 years, 15 years, it is considered as short term. And whatever slab you are there, it will get added in your income. If your income is more than 50 lakhs, so 10% surcharge bhi lagega, sab kuch lagega. It is accordingly that way. So these things I have changed. Now land and building. Land and building initially before 25th July, it was 20% with indexation or 10% without indexation. It has been changed to 20% with indexation and 12.5% without indexation. But now they only mentioned on the budget, they mentioned, sir, it is only, so they went to presume that we have only changed from 10 to 12.5%. It is not there. It is a literally they have changed in a draconian way the whole law. So I will come to the main part is that only we will come to that. And other capital assets, it is flat 12.5%. Indexation has closed in all other assets. Only on land and building, we have an indexation option. Otherwise, there is no indexation option anywhere. Residential property, this is just an exemption part. If you sell and you get a capital gains, then our maximum exemption is only 10 crores. So example, if you are having a flat for 1 crore, you are selling, for example, 20 crores, say indexation is 2 crores, your profit is 18 crores. 18 crores ke samne, you cannot buy a 18 crore flat. If you are buying also 18 crore flat, you will get a benefit only of 10 crores and 8 crore tax you have to pay. That was changed already. It was in last year only. It has changed. This is a exemption is a long term is 1,25,000, and your bonds 54 EC bonds is limit is only 50 lakhs. It is per person and not total. If 5 people are having a property, everyone can invest 50 lakhs. But if it's a 1 person, then only 50 lakhs. So that is a amount exemption you can claim for your from the long term capital gain.
Per person.
Per person. It's qua person and not qua property.
January. Like somebody invest in March and next, because 6 months we get the time. So next year again you can invest. The year will change. Possible?
See, this rule is no, it has nothing to do with the change of the year. Whenever you have a capital gains, you have 3 options. Either buy something within 1 year before or 2 years after, or construction is a 3 years. Okay, either you go for bond within 6 months. If you are buying in January, you have time up to June. Yeah. Or you put the amount in capital gains account scheme. For that, the date is before the date of filing the return. Initially, it is 31st July. This year, we are presuming it has to be 15th September. So this year, you got more time to put in capital gains. Capital gains account always is the last option to put. वहाँ पे पैसा डालना बहुत easy है, निकालना बहुत भारी है. They don't give you the money. They give it to the builder only. And presume that you don't buy anything in 2 years. That money to be taken out from that bank, it is really a nightmare. Because what they say, everyone knows the rule. If today I have saved some capital gains by putting that money in capital gains account scheme, and if after 2 years, if I'm not buying anything, what I have saved today, I have to pay on that day. Okay, that was the rule initially. But what bank says, say example, your capital gains is 50 lakh rupees. So you have put the 50 lakh rupees in your, no, you have to put the sale consideration. So you put the sale consideration in capital gain account scheme, say example 1 CR. Now bank says, sir, pehle tax bhar ke aao, baad mein hum paisa denge. So though you can say, sir, you only give us the money, I will pay the tax. Sorry, you pay 20 lakh rupees, you pay, and then we will release this 1 crore rupees. This thing the banks are doing. Because they are not telling that, yes, see, take this 20 lakh rupees, pay the tax, and then you come and I will give you the balance 80 lakh rupees. This is not happening. Only thing, this is not our purview of this topic, but I will let you know. This capital gains account scheme में जो पैसा डालते हैं हम लोग, there is only one, you can say, benefit if the person dies, that money becomes free. If, say, example, on you have earned 50 lakh rupees capital gains, you invested on 30th of July, that 50 lakh rupees, and definitely you have to put it up to 2 years. But immediately on the 3rd day, that person dies, that money is free, and you are not supposed to pay that capital gains also. That is free. That is a case study. It was said as a case law, and it is a settled law. No tax, nothing. If the person dies, लेकिन वो नहीं भरने के लिए nobody will die, na? That is the problem. So this is short term. Short term, everyone knows.
And withdrawal is also possible.
Withdrawal
in the
means
sense
if it
कि
died means it's withdrawal. It's a
हाँ.
withdrawal. Okay, short term में everyone knows that is less than 12 months.
Will के हिसाब से या जो भी उसका actual.
No, death certificate, formalities, whatever may be having probate, will.
Many banks don't know the rule, na? Because person dies, you don't have to pay the capital gain tax.
नहीं वो account closer का ही होगा ना फिर.
हाँ सीधा.
उनको capital gain amount डाला, आपने tax नहीं भरा, tax भरो, फिर उनको तो.
हाँ वो भी हो सकता
See
है.
procedure may be they ask that sir get a certificate from ITO.
हाँ,
Many things will be there, but there is no tax.
मुझे को भी जैसा मुझे को मालूम नहीं ऐसा कि कैसे हो गया तो मतलब फ्री हो गया तो बैंक वाला तो वो अपना प्रोसीजर करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah. This is listed equity is 15% and now it is 20% after 20th July that we have come, and all other thing is that on the slab rates. Other than your listed securities, equity oriented mutual funds, everything is under as considered other assets. This is all movable things. Immovable things we already discussed. These are immovable things. Other assets like unlisted shares, debentures, real estate, unlisted, everything is there. It is at the slab rate. Whatever you earn, whatever if you say you don't have any income and profit from that is 3 lakh rupees, there is no tax because it is covers your basic exemption limit. It does okay. So exemption is there. Now, yeah, now we will go. This is the thing. This is the I'm showing you the exact utility. Yeah? Maybe your software. Normally, what happens? Software में कुछ देखने को नहीं मिलता है. Your software only asks you 3-4 questions. You will put it out. Automatically, it will do the whole things. But this is the exact utility where initially this is the thing what we were practicing last 20 years. Sale consideration, add any expenditure on that, expenses, less index cost. That is the whatever difference is the residual figure is your capital gains. Okay, now I just put it more.
It is more your printout. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the way you used to work, but the date of purchase, date of sale, they used to ask. Only one thing, date of purchase, it is written. If the asset is acquired, I'll put it in a big way. If the asset is acquired on or before 31st March 2001, because last 3 years back, indexation year was changed from 1981 to 2001. So now your purchase will be, if you have purchased anything before 2001, you can take the valuation as on 31/4/2001 and you can put fair market value or as a date of purchase. You can go for valuation. If you don't want to go for valuation, simple now in Bombay, just go to Bombay Stamp Act. You just put your CTS number. They give you the rate. It is a rate is given that it is 2,000 rupees per square feet. If your flat is say example 500 square feet, you calculate that is the cost of 1/4/2001. Only I will tell you know in our country we have 3 things: carpet, built up, super built up. Everything is worked on built up basis. It is not on carpet, not on super built up. And the Reckner rates are always on built up. It is not on carpet, not on super built up. For simple calculation, just for layman, carpet say 20% up is always built up. Built up say 20% up is always super built up. Now, if builder make a scam or 60% super built up and 80%, that is a different thing. Otherwise, initially people used to do this thing. Carpet plus 20 is built up, 20 this plus this is super built up. So whatever rate, if you are having a carpet rate, you have to put super built up or built up rate on this. Okay. So that is only purchase. Then sale consideration, full value of consideration, value of property as per, if it is value of property as per stamp duty valuation is more, then definitely you have to put that rate as your sale consideration. Say example, your sale consideration is 1 crore rupees and your stamp duty value is 1 crore 10 lakhs. Then your 1 crore 10 lakh will be presumed as your sale as per that section 50C and what they have introduced. And I think that is now 10 years, this law is prevailing. Okay, so this is the original thing. Now next thing, yeah. Now just take a note here. This is the property for land and building. Okay, now they have mentioned one thing: date of purchase and date of sale. Just for your knowledge, this note, it is written on that the exclamation hai na. If you press that, you will find this note. This note is only for redevelopment cases. Many where redevelopment cases happens. So आप बोलोगे, what is my purchase or what is sale date? Initially, it is a big fight going for capital gains in the country. No Supreme Court decision have yet come. What is the problem? क्या हो रहा था? Government is always look from their side. Now, for example, today your building goes into redevelopment in 2025, and you get a possession in 2030. So what government is to say, sir, if your building has been pulled down, means it is sold for us. When the rights are relinquished, so it is sold. So as per our capital gains law, you are supposed to buy something in 2 years. So your new flat agreement gets registered in 2030. So sir, it is, so we will not allow you to capital gains. So what people is to told that, sir, actually there is a fight going on. PAAA is actually a sale agreement, but it is technically not a sale agreement. It is a permanent alternate accommodation agreement where PAAA means I am just giving you my place. You just destroy it and you make a new one and you give me without any consideration. Whatever 30%, 20% what you give me extra, that is also free of charge. You don't have to pay stamp duty on that. Extra what you buy, you have to pay. Otherwise, it is totally free of charge. So they have written here that date of purchase is, may example, you have purchased a flat in 2000, 1000, 2004. So that is your date. Sale date. So what some chartered accountants are doing, maybe it is safer side they are doing. वो लोग क्या करते हैं? Whenever there is a redevelopment, what they do on the redevelopment in the return, though there is no consideration, what they say, my purchase was a 2004, my PAAA agreement that is written here, in case of transfer under joint development agreement, please enter the date on which the asset was transferred to the builder. Asset was transferred to the builder means the PAAA agreement. PAAA. So what people says, my purchase was 10 lakh rupees. On that day, sale of transfer, my, say example, reckoner value is 50 lakh rupees. So that shows 10 lakhs minus 50 lakhs, 40 lakhs capital gains. On the same day, I have invested on the flat only. So again, under section 54, uska fayda ek hi hai, only biggest benefit, whether the court will approve or not, doesn't know. Your 10 lakh cost becomes 50 lakhs. So now 2000, say example, 2004, you have purchased for 10 lakhs, 2025, you are going for redevelopment. So what you will say, 10 lakhs minus 50 lakhs plus 50 lakhs. So you don't have to pay any tax because you have invested under section 54, but your cost becomes 50 lakhs. Now 2025 ki cheez, if you are selling in 2035, you can start from 50 lakhs. Otherwise, as per the law, it is always 2004 to 2035. So you will get a big profit because see, indexation abhi band kiya nahi hai, lekin maybe after 3 years they will stop this also, indexation. Otherwise, yes sir, welcome sir.
Yeah.
No problem.
Executive meeting was going on.
Yeah.
It got late. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time.
Yeah. So this date is only for that PAAA date. So 10 lakhs is my purchase cost. Sale will be 50 lakhs. Date will be, say example, 30th August 2025. Then you have invested under section 54. At that also you write same date, invested 50 lakhs. So you don't have capital gains, but you will increase your value. So this will be beneficial in future someday. So that specifically they have written. And sometimes what people were doing, sale date they were writing of PAAA, but purchase date they were writing whenever you get the possession, because the whole capital gains law, it is everywhere written. Agreement is not important, nothing is important, only is important is possession. But still the system is that our registrar puts the date of that agreement. Our utility asks us the date of agreement. Nobody asks us the date of possession. So that is a legal issue. Otherwise, everyone in a normal practice, everyone writes the date of the agreement only. Though you have up udhar rehne gaye ki nahi gaye, the date of agreement is important for you. So this thing, it is mentioned over for the this redevelopment date. Okay. So now buybacks we have covered. Now capital gains account scheme, just we discuss later. There are three possibilities I said. Either you invest in a flat, either you invest in a bond, either you capital gains. Now you say it's a bug, or maybe while drafting this, they have not realized that this scenario will come. Now this is happening. Say example, 2 years back, you have invested in capital gains account scheme and you were presuming that you will buy something. So today that money will be free. Now you say there is a lacuna of the law or whatever maybe. Today they are asking only 12.5% on that account because the rate is 12.5%. So initially you have said 20%, but you have to pay only 12.5%. In fact, there are articles that people say that government should review this because people are of the observation that जो tax उस दिन बचाया था मुझे आज वो भरना है, but it is not happening. That time I have saved 20%, but today I have to pay 12.5%. And they are accepting, the returns are getting accepted. Benefits to SSC. And same thing will happen. Say example, before 23rd July, you have sold some property, you got a capital gains, you invested in capital gains account scheme, you don't want to buy anything, don't buy it. Next year, you withdraw that, after 2 years, withdraw that amount, Whatever rate is there, that is the only taxability. So if at that time rate is 5%, then you have saved 15%. And if that the rate is 25%, then you have lost 5% more. But this is a problem which is happening in capital gains accounts. You want to ask me?
So just what you mentioned, so initially that law is different and the Infosys law is different.
Different,
So
yeah.
this is the Infosys law what we are talking.
No. In the article, it is clear written that it is returns are getting processed. See, why?
So return are getting processed because of Infosys
But
software.
return are getting processed by CBDT.
CBT. Okay.
See, returns we are not processing. If they are processing the return, because see, last year the whole bug you must have realized, still the case is not happened solved. The rebate issue, short-term capital gain rebate was definitely allowed, but the system was not giving. Then you revise the return, it was not giving. You rectify the return, it was not giving. Two of our client filed an appeal, they got the refund, they got the rebate. So there can't be such law that आप appeal करोगे तो ही मिलेगा, आप appeal नहीं करोगे तो you will not get it. Old regime you get, still you get everything. In new regime they are not giving. But there is a bug in the utility and it has not been rectified, and problem is that nobody had fight for this, because the whole jagada was between 0 to 20,000 rupees. Obviously rebate was 25,000, and for 25,000 nobody goes in appeal and nobody ever advised in appeal. और ये तो उन लोगों को है जिसको extra payment करने को आया, and those people are saying that sir, why I have to pay extra? So you came to know that rebate is not given. Those people जिसका rebate refund कम होके आ गया, उसको तो आज तक पता भी नहीं चला. They have never asked the CA also, sir, my refund is late. इसलिए, okay. Now we will start the main part, this capital gains. Yeah. Now what is capital gains? Everyone knows what income are charged under income tax. Any profit and gains arising for the transfer of capital asset during the year is charged as a capital gains. Okay. And what are the capital gains? Sale, extinguishment, compulsory acquisition, conversion, maturity, redemption, possession of immovable property or buyer in performance of contract. Sometimes, say example, on the road cutting, your house is going, then it is also capital gains. It is specially law is there. Anything compulsory taken by the government, it is tax free. It is capital receipt. There is no tax on that. Now, holding period. Holding period initially it was 36, now it is 24, and for shares it is 12 months. For unlisted securities, it is 24 months. These things only change in holding period. Yeah, now this is a few questions which I have just noted out. Can a taxpayer continue to avail the rollover benefit of capital gains? Okay, so it is said that yes, it can be taken. So, for example, if you have sold the property before 20th July or after 20th July, whatever capital loss is there, still rollover is possible. But in that उन्होंने game खेला that we will discuss later. The rollover is possible. Before 20th July, everything is possible. After 20th July, if you have sold something, if there is a genuine loss, then only it is a rollover is possible. Now we will come to know that what is genuine and what is non-genuine loss. Okay, in which assets can be long term. It is 54F, 54. You see the sections everyone knows. Bond you can take, rural electrification, NABARD bonds, SIDBI bonds, all these bonds you can invest it. And investment in bonds is only up to 50 lakh rupees, not more than that per person. Okay, now the main part will start this. Yeah, computation of a long-term capital gain. The formula is this: full value of consideration, expenditure less karo, you get a sale consideration. From that, whichever is higher, either index cost of acquisition or normal. If index cost you less it out, whatever you get is your long-term capital gain. Okay, this is the thing. Last 20 years we are doing the same thing, same way. Now see, the example is there. This person purchased a property for 84,000 and sold it in April 24. Matlab for he has sold it before 23rd July 2024. So the sale consideration is 10 lakh 10,000. Expenditure is 10,000. So your consideration is 10 lakh rupees. Your index cost comes to 2 lakh 50,000 rupees. So your long-term capital gain is 7 lakh 50,000 rupees. So your option that you pay 20% on this 7 lakh 50,000, or it was 10 lakh, 84,000 minus 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs minus 84,000, on that you can pay 10%. Okay. So here obviously 7 lakh 50 is more cheaper. So this is a thing in this formula. Now, this is an example we've done. This is an old provision. Your long-term capital is 7 lakh 50,000. Now, after 23rd July, the same formula, say example, you had purchased for 84,000 and you have sold it for 10 lakh 10,000. Now what they are doing, your sale consideration is 10 lakh 10,000, remove that 10,000 rupees. So your consideration is 10 lakh rupees. Out of 10 lakh rupees, they say cost of acquisition, there is no indexation figure. Cost of acquisition 84,000. So your long-term capital gain is 9 lakh 16,000. Now, the only change they have done after 23rd July, people thought that he has changed the rate from 10 to 12.5%. It is not so. Initially, it was sale consideration minus purchase or index cost. Whichever is higher, you can do it. Now, what they have done from after 23rd July, sir, sale minus purchase is your profit. Only benefit we have given is the way of calculating the tax on that figure. Initially, it was the way of calculating the capital gains. Now they have told no, your capital gains is 9 lakh 16,000 only. Now we only give you two benefits. आपको कैसे tax भरना है? So either you pay 10%, 12.5% on 9 lakh 16,000, or indexation you do it, and after indexation you pay 20%. So if my say example this 12.5% it comes to say example 1 lakh 20,000, and my index cost comes to 1 lakh rupees. In your utility, everywhere it says long-term capital gain 9 lakh 60,000, tax will be 1 lakh. It will not say 120, it will say 1 lakh rupees. अगर आप percentage निकालोगे तो it will never come to 20 or something, it comes to 15, 14, कुछ भी आएगा. Because this year they have said whatever tax you have to pay, this is everything after 20th July, जो भी tax आपको भरना है on the normal amount, and whatever tax comes as per indexed amount, the difference part is exempt. Exempt means it will be reduced from your taxation. So my tax, if it is coming 1 lakh rupees, my index tax is coming 80,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees is a benefit what we will give you. So you have to pay only 80,000. But they mention everywhere 916 only. Same, if we come to before formula, if before 23rd July, my capital gains would have been 7 lakh 50,000. But after 23rd July, my capital gains is 9 lakh 16,000. Now this thing nobody realized is a problem. क्या मैं बताऊंगा? Say example, my index profit is I bought a property for 10 lakh rupees and I sold it for 1 crore rupees. My index cost coming 70 lakh rupees. So definitely my capital gains is 30 lakh rupees and my other income say 10 lakh rupees. So I am at 40 lakh rupees. I don't have to pay 10% surcharge. Now, and tax remains same. Now what they say after 23rd July, your other normal income, other income is 10 lakh rupees. Your capital gains is 90 lakh rupees. Tax remains the same, whatever less you have to pay. But your total income comes to 1 crore. Sir, now you have to pay 15%, 20%, whatever surcharge. So that is the extra loading you have to pay. Only because of this. जो चीज मैंने कभी कमाई नहीं है, वो भी मेरे इसमें गिन रहे हैं लोग. I earned only 20 lakh rupees after indexation, but they say you have earned 90 lakh rupees. So this is the big problem because of this, that you have to compulsory show higher income, higher capital income. This is the one thing. This okay. 9 lakh 6,000. Okay. I have one case study I have put it. I will just discuss with you. Now, what is a draconian problem? This is not the case study. I will just let you know. Say example, my salary income. Now, because of this 23rd July, you will never imagine, now this example, you will never imagine what they have done to this thing. say my salary income is 15 lakh rupees. And I have purchased a property for 40 lakh rupees. There was one property, it is not the example, this will come again next time, after 2 minutes. My purchase cost is 40 lakh rupees. My sale consideration is 1 crore. And I am having a salary income of 15 lakhs. Okay. So if it is before 20th July, the scenario was that my index cost 10 lakh rupees ka, it will be 3.63. Everyone knows. Indexation last year was 3.63. So it comes to 36 lakh rupees. So my 40 lakhs becomes 1 crore, index cost comes to 1 crore 45 lakhs 20,000 for that property. The sale consideration is 1 lakhs. My purchase cost is 40 lakh rupees. 40 into 3.63, whatever you say, it comes to 1 crore 45 lakhs. Okay, so I have a loss of 45 lakh rupees. I have a loss. Capital gains loss of 45 lakh rupees, salary income 15 lakh rupees, and I am also having a short-term capital loss of 15 lakh rupees. So if this thing happens before 23rd July, the answer is pay tax on 15 lakhs. 15 lakhs short-term capital gain tax get carry forward. 45 lakhs long-term capital gain tax gets carry forward and pay tax on 15 lakh rupees. Same thing. If this thing I was sold after 23rd July, now 23rd July ka case study this says 1 crore minus 40 lakhs, 60 lakhs is your gain. But as per indexation, you are getting a loss. So tax will be 0. Okay. And the another rule says short-term loss gets set off against long-term gain. Long-term loss cannot be set off against short-term gain, but short-term can be set off against long-term gain. So if you are having a short-term loss of 15 lakhs, so now ये game यहाँ पे हुआ है, tax 0 है, आप 0 भर दो. Now computation, salary 15 lakhs, capital gains 60 lakhs, loss 15 lakhs, balance 45 lakhs, tax is 0, still total 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs, paid salary surcharge. So इसमें क्या हुआ? No short-term loss will be carried forward to subsequent year because already वो 60 लाख के साथ adjust हो गया. No 45 lakhs get carried forward because there is no index, there is no actual loss. So in these two scenario, the person who has sold on 22nd July and those who have on 21st July, दोनों के बीच में there is a straightway loss of 60 lakh rupees carry forward loss. आपको पता भी नहीं चला कि 60 lakh rupees, if example next year, if you had some 60 lakhs का capital gains, you must have saved at least 12.5% to 20%. So 10 lakhs to 20 lakh rupees straight, 10 lakhs to 12 lakh rupees straight where you are lost. Only because of 23rd July.
And all that.
And plus, खाया पिया कुछ नहीं, फिर भी tax के ऊपर मुझे और surcharge भी भरना है. So early, in the first example, my tax was coming 1,45,000. In second example, my tax is coming 1,60,000. After paying 14,000 extra, after losing my short-term capital loss of 15 lakh rupees, after losing my indexation loss of 45 lakh rupees, and still they say, yes, this is the way you have to file the return. And nobody knows कि ये मेरा कहाँ चला गया.
अगर वो 1 crore से ऊपर जाता है भले लॉस है और वो 1 crore से ऊपर गया तो सरचार्ज भी आएगा.
हाँ, सरचार्ज भी आएगा. सरचार्ज भी आएगा. हाँ, so basically the gist of this thing is that they have capital gains. People say that उन्होंने खाली 10 to 12.5% किया. No. Now they say capital gains, there is only one slab, 12.5%. Tax calculation, they have given just 2 schemes. Only for calculation of tax. Otherwise, uska impact kahin bhi nahi aata. That tax impact only will come. Otherwise, that calculation impact never it goes anywhere. So example, your short-term loss, agar ye case mein, if it is 1 crore and my indexation loss is my normal profit is 1 crore, then also it gets set off. Aapko kuch nahi milega. It is gone. This is the way they have drafted this thing. Now we come to this formula. Now, before that, one
purchase cost rate calculation के ऊपर रहता है तब तक लॉस नहीं आएगा.
See, पहली बात तो first thing, I agree, 98% there is never a loss in the property. If you have purchased for 1 lakh, मान लो after 25 years, it is only 1,10,000. For them, still there is a profit of 10,000. Though maybe you have purchased for 1 lakhs, you sold for, or your selling price is 1,10,000, your index cost may be 3,63,000. Maybe index loss, but for them, actual profit is 10,000. So now that index loss carry forward system is gone.
Mainly book profit is.
Now this is one case study. Before we come to this, another simple case study. I will want your answer from this. Say example, I had a property of 10 lakh rupees. I sold it for 50 lakh rupees before 23rd July. My index cost is 30 lakh rupees. So what is my index profit? Say, sorry, 10 lakh rupees and my sale is 60 lakh rupees. Okay, and my index cost is 40 lakh rupees. So 20 lakh index cost. So what will be the tax I will pay? I will pay 20% on the index. That is 4 lakh rupees. Because 60 minus 10, 50 lakhs ka 12.5%, 10% is more costlier. So that is the thing that I am paying 12 lakh, 4 lakh rupees. मान लीजिए I have two properties. One I sold before 23rd July, where my index profit is 20 lakh rupees. One I am selling after 23rd July. That property I purchased for 30 lakh rupees. I sold for 50 lakh rupees, and my indexation cost is 70 lakh rupees. So in that I am getting a 20 lakh loss. So 20 lakh indexation profit, 20 lakh indexation loss. So technically my tax will be zero. Everyone is presuming that ऐसा नहीं है. What they say, first property before 23rd July, your 20 lakhs indexation, this thing, pay 4 lakh rupees. Next property, your profit is 40 lakh rupees. Because 10 minus 50. Your indexation, there is a loss of 20 lakh rupees. But that we are only giving you for tax calculation. Otherwise, we will not take the impact of that. So in the second property, they say 50 minus 10, 40 lakhs, tax is zero.
I cannot combine over.
No, because for them, there is nothing like indexation loss. Indexation loss is only for your calculation purpose, for tax calculation. Otherwise, there is no indexation loss. So उसका मतलब ये हुआ, अगर दो प्रॉपर्टी 23rd जुलाई के पहले बेचा होता, 2020 no tax. One property sold before 23rd July, one after 23rd July, दो नुकसान. Pay 4 lakh rupees and ignore the 20 lakh rupees long-term loss of second property. That is also gone. That is this thing which came after 23rd July.
Capital gain 60 lakh हो जाएगा उनके साथ. वो such as पहले 20 lakh next पे 40 lakh.
Correct. 20 plus 40, 60. So such as भी लग जाएगा. फिर 60 lakh rupees. ये हो जाएगा. अभी now only best thing this they have not done correct, but now only best thing what they have done. Though the rates has been changed after 23rd July, 12.5. So short term का 15 to 20, 10 to 12.5. Okay. Now we will come to the scenario where I will just explain like this only. Say now my questions is there. आपको short term gain before 23rd July is 1 lakh rupees. You have a short term loss after 23rd July. Sorry, you have a short term loss of 1 lakh rupees before 23rd July. 1 lakh rupees loss after 23rd July. Okay, so you have 2 lakh rupees loss. 1 lakh before, 1 lakh after. And you have a long-term capital gain before 23rd July, say 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so now let मुझे बताइए which 1 lakh rupees will get set off against 5 lakh rupees? First वाला कि second वाला? First वाला. Because 23rd July पहले का story 23rd July के साथ रहेगा. 23rd July के बाद का story उसके साथ रहेगा. Okay. Now, say example that 5 lakh rupees long-term gain is after 23rd July. So then that another wala 1 lakh will get set off. So you want to tell me if in the first scenario 5 lakh minus 1 lakh, 4 lakh, उसके ऊपर 10%. And the next 1 lakh rupees short-term loss, it should be carry forward. उसका क्या करने का? Carry forward. Or carry forward. Okay, fine. Or same way, your answer will be, if I presume it is the same, if my 1 lakh before, 1 lakh after, but my long term is after. So after wala set off हो जाएगा. So on that, 5 lakh minus 1 lakh, 4 lakh पे 12.5%, and this 1 lakh rupees will get carry forward. Okay. If you have filed the ITRs, ये लिखने का सिस्टम कहाँ है? कहाँ दिया है उन लोगों ने? आपको कहाँ पूछा भी किधर है उन्होंने कि कौन सा डेट क्या है? So I will let you answer. 23rd July, lots of things have happened. It is government's problem. It was not our problem. For me, it is a financial year. 24-25. आपने 23rd July को अब बीच में कुछ लाके खड़ा कर दिया, वो मेरा problem नहीं है. So first time ever किसी ने तो अक्ल लगाया है. What they were told, because 2.5 months there was 3 months there was a one law, and 9 months there is a different law. They have given everything as 9 months only. मतलब 9 month को जो law follow हो रहा है ना, वो 3 months को भी वही law follow होगा. Now I will give you the answer. 1 lakh before, 1 lakh after, and 5 lakh rupees long term. Before or after, for them it is 2 lakh rupees. Now 5 lakh minus 2 lakh rupees, it is 3 lakh rupees. So out of that 3 lakh rupees, if that 3 lakh rupees was before 23rd July, pay 10% on that 3 lakh rupees. If that 3 lakh rupees was after 23rd July, pay 12.5%. Simple. Because they have not said that way कि आपने पहले कमाया तो पहले एडजस्ट करो, बाद में का बाद में एडजस्ट करो. For us, it is a short-term capital loss of 2 lakh rupees. And because it is a loss, then it has no relevance to the date it was earned before or after. So example, आपने वो long term loss कभी भी claim किया होगा पहले या बाद में, gain long term, that total loss will get set off against your long term gain. Okay. अभी now और एक simple question, still you will get confused. Long term capital gain before is 5 lakh rupees. Long term capital gain after 20th July is say 4 lakh rupees. Long term capital gain. There is no short term loss. Forget it. Long term capital gain before 20th July is 5 lakh rupees. Long term capital gain after 20th July is 4 lakh rupees. ठीक है? तो टैक्स कितना आएगा? 5 lakh पे 10%.
1 लाख किसमें?
9 लाख के ऊपर
मेरा वही
पैसा
क्वेश्चन है. 1.25 लाख रुपए किसमें से लोगे?
Actually, the
फर्स्ट में लेना चाहिए, बराबर है. अगर आप फर्स्ट में से लेते हो तो आपका 10% के हिसाब से 12,500 कम हो जाएगा, और अगर आप बाद में लेते हो तो 12.5% हिसाब से कम हो जाएगा. फर्स्ट टाइम मैं वही बता रहा था, किसी ने तो अक्ल दिया होगा उनको. they are adjusting from the second one, so it is beneficial to the SSC.
उसमें भी आ जाएगा, ब्रॉड फॉरवर्ड लॉसेस रहेगा मेरे पास, मैं पहले नेक्स्ट में एडजस्ट करूंगा.
वो तो ऑप्शन का दिया उन्होंने, ऑप्शन ही नहीं दिया ना. ये हमने खाली जब सीए पढ़ा था तब आया था कि टू सेट ऑफ कैरी फॉरवर्ड इज आवर चॉइस. That has stopped last 10-20 years. We don't have a choice. For example, if this year you have a long-term capital gain of 3 lakh rupees, no other income, and you will say, ठीक है ना, long-term capital gain है, तो what they say, sir, first, वो exempt income के सामने adjust नहीं होगा. If you have a last year long-term capital loss of 3 lakh rupees, that 3 lakh and 3 lakh becomes zero. Otherwise, what you will do? ये 3 lakh rupees, no tax,
Exempt.
and last year का I will carry forward to next year. अगर आप कर भी लेते हो, see, return allows it. अगर आप यूटिलिटी में इफ यू डोंट गिव योर ब्रॉड फॉरवर्ड का फिगर, सो दैट 3 लाख रुपीस एग्जम्प्ट हो गया, एंड नेक्स्ट ईयर व्हेन यू फाइल द रिटर्न यू शो दैट 2 साल पहले वाला लॉस. लेकिन इफ यू एवर सीन योर 143 का ऑर्डर 143(1) का, दे विल एडजस्ट इट. यू विल नेवर नो, बट दे विल एडजस्ट. सो दिस आई वुड जस्ट वांट टू क्लियर. So बिफोर और आफ्टर का स्टोरी इज फॉर देम, इट इज नॉट फॉर अस. अगर लॉस है, अगर देयर इज अ शॉर्ट टर्म प्रॉफिट on both the sides, there is a long term profit on both the sides, then whatever rate is that you have to pay. But if there is a set off, same thing, short term loss is before or after, long term is before or after, total karo, adjust karo, and the balancing figure, if that figure pertains to after wala, pay tax on accordingly. That way it is before wala, the pay 10%. And 125, say this example only, 50,000 short term loss before, 1 lakh short-term loss after, 5 lakh long-term gain here, and 4 lakh afterwards. So solution is that what they do, 50 plus 1 lakh. Total short-term loss is 150. 4 lakh में से adjust कर रहे हैं. 4 lakh minus 150, that is 250, minus 125, that is 125. 125, 12.5%, and that 5 lakh rupees 10%. मतलब आपको टैक्स कम ही आएगा, लेकिन दिस थिंग दे यूटिलिटी इज एक्सेप्टिंग दिस थिंग, अलाउ कर रहे हैं. नहीं, दे आर कैलकुलेटिंग. सी आई हैव वन शीट, आई विल शो यू. टोटल 70 टाइप ऑफ वेरिएशंस आई ट्राइड ऑन द यूटिलिटी, नॉट ऑन माय सॉफ्टवेयर, ऑन द यूटिलिटी. एवरी टाइम, मतलब before 40, after 40, before 4 lakh, after 4 lakh, sometime loss, sometime profit, here loss, here profit. All combinations I have tried, then I got the answer. Okay, they are giving the benefit to the SSC. We कर रहे हैं. Okay, now देखो, ये मैंने ये सेमिनार के बाद आप क्या करोगे, घर पे जाके वापस वो क्लियर टेक्स्ट जो आंसर देता है. लेकिन व्हाट मैं, मतलब आई हैव प्रैक्टिस इन दैट वे maybe you are having 10 articles, 15 articles, you are filing 500 returns. What our practice is that एक बार at least 4-5 return, first return, when it comes to you, I have a practice. If this 15 lakhs, on a calculator I say 15 lakhs to 30 lakhs to 40 lakhs rupees tax. My tax should come 15 lakh rupees. But system says it comes to say 16 lakh rupees. एक चीज श्योर है, या तो मैं गलत हूँ या तो वो गलत है. 99% मैं ही गलत रहूंगा, क्योंकि उसके पास तो AI है, पीछे उस दिमाग लगा हुआ है. Then I checked it out कि मैं कहाँ गलत हूँ. फिर मुझे मालूम पड़ा कि yes, I am calculating 10%, he is calculating 12.5%. Or I was calculating 12.5, the system is calculating 10%. Then you will realize that at least आपका law clear हो जाएगा कि what is the law. और कभी कभी now अभी ऐसे ही हुआ. Recently I was filing a return. Everything was, concept was clear. Still the tax was not coming correct. The income was 50 lakh 50,000. तब मुझे पता चला वो एक लॉ है, मार्जिनल रिलीफ. हाँ, मार्जिनल रिलीफ भी एक लॉ है, तो उसका बेनिफिट वो ले रहा है. मार्जिन रिलीफ एवरीवन नोज, लेकिन वो अगर लेमन में मार्जिन रिलीफ क्या है, से माय इनकम इज 7 लाख रुपीस, हर इनकम इज 7,10,000 रुपीस. द लॉ इज दैट टैक्स भरने के बाद वो मेरे से ज्यादा गरीब नहीं होना चाहिए. तो 7,10,000 का टैक्स आता है 21,000, बिकॉज 3 to 7 20,000 और 10,000 का 1,000, तो 21,000. So if out of 710, if she pays 21,000, she will land with 689. I am landing with 7 lakh rupees. तो 11,000 का उनको लॉस हो रहा है. That is a margin relief. So now she has to pay 7,10,000. Only 10,000 she has to pay. She doesn't have to pay 20. This is as a layman. Same thing goes at 50 lakhs, at 1 crore, at 2 crores, where the slab gets changed. So, and I think 50 lakhs to 51 lakh 45,000 तक ये वर्क करते हैं, बाद में नहीं करते.
One more law is arrears. In the case of arrears also, this kind of relief is given.
Yes, as a areas from salary.
Salary.
Yeah. Only I worked out for this figure. The magic figure for 7 lakh is 7,22,222. 722,222 का टैक्स 22,222 ही आता है.
उसके नीचे
अगर आपका इनकम है 722,224, tax come to 22,222, so you have to pay 2 rupees. So maybe you are land with only 7 lakh 2 rupees. But the rebate you will, अगर मैं 7 लाख कमाया, इन्होंने 722,224 कमाया, इनके पास 2 रुपए ज्यादा मिलेगा, मेरे I am earning with 7 lakh rupees. So that figure is only up to 722,222. तो मार्जिनल इज फ्रॉम 7 lakhs to 720,222. मतलब कोई भी क्लाइंट का आप रिटर्न भर रहे हो ना, अगर गलती से भी ये इसके बीच में आता है ना, तो प्लीज जस्ट गिव अ लुक, चेक कर लेना, क्योंकि मार्जिन रिलीफ होगा ही होगा. दैट इज द ओनली थिंग ये इसमें है, बिकॉज ये वर्किंग कहीं पे भी नहीं दिया है. वंस यू स्टार्ट फाइलिंग ना, यूटिलिटी जो आंसर आया दब 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 गया, मेक अ जेसन फाइल, अपलोड द जेसन फाइल, इट सेज वैलिडेटेड, आई एम हैप्पी. But please have a practice, at least calculator पे. See, if the system is showing 15,98,000 and mine is coming 16,02,000, ठीक है. Because 4,000 मैं आपको बताऊँ कहाँ मिस्टेक होता है. 234 ABC. We calculate 234 BC. If your tax is coming 16,598 rupees, so everyone knows 234 B, April, May, June, July, August, and say September from tomorrow. So I have to calculate 6%. If your tax is coming 16,598, we calculate into 6% and we come with a figure. आपको मालूम है, actually that last 2 digits is never calculated. Interest system calculates only on 16,500. 16,598 पे calculate करता ही नहीं.
वो 100 वाला
निकाल देते हैं. तो क्या होता है, अभी मान लो
100 ही ऐसे
अभी
लेता है.
किसी का टैक्स है 15 लाख 50,900, तो आई विल डू 6%, लेकिन मेरा वो 1,500 रुपए का फर्क आएगा ही आएगा. सी भी कैसा होता है, व्हाट आई हैव डन अ फॉर्मूला, इफ यू हैव नॉट पेड एनी टैक्स ड्यूरिंग द ईयर, योर टैक्स इज 1 लाख, योर TDS इज 50,000, सो 50,000 टू बी पेड. अगर आपने एक भी एडवांस टैक्स नहीं भरा है, कुछ मत करो, इनटू 5.04 कर दो. 5.04 इज द आंसर. ये बहुत सिंपल है. आई हैव टू पे 50,000 into 15%, 3%, 15,000 into 45%, 3%, 15,000 into 75%, 3%, and then 1%. उसका अगर आप टोटल करोगे, आंसर करोगे, the figure which comes it will come 505 rupees, 504 rupees. Just for calculation आप 5.04 कर सकते हो. Something like वही आ रहा था फिगर, या 5.15 या 04 कुछ आ रहा. अगर आपको just roughly calculate करना है तो सी
an approximate.
हाँ, because उसमें भी आपको मालूम है what we have studied, actual rate is 15, 45, 75, 100, right? Real answer is 12, 36, 75, 100. So that first two, if you have paid 13% of your advance tax, then there is no 234C liability. लेकिन इतना तो टाइम भी नहीं होता है कि फिगर में देखते हैं. So that thing you have to just at least go and see your competition. Because क्या होता है, your concept should be clear. ये मैं आपको इन्होंने स्टार्टिंग में बोला था, इतने 4 जन है ना तो आपको कंसेप्ट बहुत क्लियर हो जाएगा. 40 जन होता तो मैं डिटेल में नहीं बता सकता था. आई वुड हैव आस्क्ड हिम, लेकिन दे विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इतना, वो जाके भूल जाएंगे. अभी आपको एक चीज कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो गया, शॉर्ट टर्म पहले हो बाद में हो कभी भी हो, इट विल एडजस्ट अगेंस्ट द नेक्स्ट वन. आफ्टर 20 जुलाई से एडजस्ट करेगा, पहले वो सेकंड वाले से एडजस्ट करेगा. मींस वो भी आपको याद नहीं रखना है. वॉट एवर इज बेनिफिशियल टू द एसएससी वो ही हिसाब से करेगा कैलकुलेशन. जो बेनिफिट एसएससी को बेनिफिट है वो हिसाब से कैलकुलेट करेगा. इट विल नेवर कैलकुलेट एज पर देयर बेनिफिट फ्रॉम आवर बेनिफिट. ओके, नाउ दिस वन फॉर्मूला, देन आई थिंक everything will clear.
How much or more than?
10 minutes, max to max 10 minutes.
Just asking.
No,
Can
this is the last one.
But if
last
complete, na, we can join Aarti also. 8-4.
Yeah. 4:19. Now we will complete by 4:30. Now this is a formula. This is a case study. Property gains, say I have sold it for 50 lakh rupees. Okay, and my purchase is 1/4/2001 for 25 lakh rupees. My sale is 50 lakh rupees. My purchase is 25 lakh rupees. Now index cost I have calculated, it comes to 54,45,000. So there will be two things. As per their system, after 20th July, or see, forget about after or before. अभी इसका दो आंसर क्या आ सकता है? Either flat profit is 25 lakh rupees or index profit is 4,45,000 rupees. Because there is an index loss, definitely I will not supposed to pay tax on that figure. Now, second thing is I have another property. That property also before 20th July, I sold it for 50 lakhs and I purchased for 10 lakh rupees. The index cost comes to 36,29,996. So, उसके दो आंसर क्या आएंगे? Flat profit 40 lakhs and index profit 13,07,004 rupees. Now, what I will do? अच्छा, first thing, मतलब I written in negative, it is a loss. मैंने नेगेटिव में लिखा है फिगर. व्हाट प्रॉफिट लिखा है, फिगर नेगेटिव में लिखा है. हाँ, नेगेटिव नहीं, प्रॉफिट है ना वो तो
प्लस है ना,
तो वो प्लस है ना.
दोनों में माइनस है.
नहीं,
सेकंड दोनों प्लस ही है ना.
नेट प्रॉफिट 25 लाख माइनस.
या
नेट प्रॉफिट 4 लाख.
वर्ड पे मत जाओ, आंसर नेगेटिव में ही है. वो आंसर नेगेटिव में लिखा है. इट इज -25 -445 एंड द नेक्स्ट वन इज 4 लाख फ्लैट प्रॉफिट एंड 13 लाख इंडेक्स प्रॉफिट. नाउ we see the scenario. Just first thing I forgot to tell you, this capital gains on the property is not qua total capital gains, it's qua property. आपके पास अगर 10 प्रॉपर्टी है, कौन से प्रॉपर्टी में आपको कौन से स्कीम में जाना है, इट इज योर ऑप्शन. ऐसा नहीं आप, अच्छा फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी I will say example, these both the properties I am selling before 23rd July. So what I will say, 445 is the index loss, so I don't have to pay any tax on that, zero. Second one, my index is 30, index profit is 13 lakh rupees. So I have option to pay 13 lakhs pay 20%, 13 lakhs pay yes 20%, or 40 lakhs pay 10.5%. Sorry, 10% or 40 lakhs pay.
एक बार आरती करके फिर करें.
क्या
आरती कर
It's 5 minutes, yeah.
नहीं એટલે બોલાયો છે.
तो यानी कि 10 फीट ला तो नहीं 5 मिनट मानो पापा, because link टूटी जैसे
No, no,
then they will not
continue,
understand. Continue. Okay, so now if both the properties are before, so what they are doing, if both the properties are before 20th July, your index profit of 445 you can adjust against your index profit of 1370. You can adjust it because before both are 21st July. अगर आपको नहीं भी करना है तो either pay 4 lakh rupees tax. See what your answer will come. 13 minus 4 is 9 lakh rupees. 9 lakh rupees 20% is 1,80,000. So in this case, if it is both are 20th July, I will pay 1,80,000. Okay. Otherwise, I have an option that on the flat profit of 4 lakh rupees, I can pay 4 lakh rupees and the matter is closed. Okay. Now, how they are adjusting, I will let you know. Second one, see, index lost on flats told before 20th July is 445. So that sorry, now the long term capital gain sale, come to the third line. Long term capital gain sale on flat, this one, yeah, it is how much? It was 13,70,000, correct? And now I added one more option in this. I have a short term capital loss of 50,000. अब जी अभी वो पहले का है बाद में का है, वो इमटेरियल है, वो आपको मैंने बता दिया, वो पहले है बाद में है, तो टैक्स कैसे कैलकुलेट होता है मैं आपको बताता हूँ. If everything is before 23rd July, तो how they are calculating 13,70,000 minus 445 minus 50. So technically on all these three I am getting a benefit of 20%. So 13 lakh में मैंने थोड़ा डिटेल में कैलकुलेट किया है. On 13,70,000 my 20% comes to 274, and similarly on 50 and 445 I get a benefit of 20%. Correct? Am I right? अब तक आप you are with me?
नेट करके 20%.
मैंने अलग अलग तीन ब्रेकअप कर दिया. टेक्निकली 1370 माइनस 50 माइनस 445 करोगे, उसका 20% भी 175 आएगा. ओके, ये आप एकदम सिंपलेस्ट था, इसलिए आप समझ गए. अभी सेकेंड वन, से एग्जांपल द फ्लैट, हाँ सॉरी, फर्स्ट इट वाज शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल ऑन लॉस ऑन शेयर्स बिफोर 23rd. सेकेंड इज शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल शेयर्स आफ्टर 23rd. ये देखिए फर्स्ट वन में सी द सेकंड वन 50,000, इट इज शॉर्ट टर्म शेयर्स बिफोर 23rd, शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल लॉस, एंड सेकंड वन इज शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल लॉस आफ्टर 23rd. ओके, लेकिन दोनों का आंसर देखिए 175 175. लास्ट आंसर समझ में आया? फर्स्ट वाला है, सेकंड वाला आफ्टर, मैंने खाली एक ही वर्ड चेंज किया है. हाँ, तो अभी हमारे 10 फीट में आ जाए. ठीक, सेकेंड वन में आई जस्ट चेंज, इट इज आफ्टर 23rd शॉर्ट टर्म. दोनों का आंसर देखो सेम आ रहा है, आंसर सेम ही आएगा. मतलब ये मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ, शॉर्ट टर्म लॉस बिफोर हो आफ्टर हो, इट मेक्स नो डिफरेंस. यू गेट अ बेनिफिट ऑफ 20% ओनली. आपका जो इंडेक्स है 13,70,000, ये एवरीथिंग लेस हो जाता है उसमें से, एंड यू गेट अ सेम आंसर. नाउ थर्ड वन, हियर आई हैव चेंज, देयर इज अ शॉर्ट टर्म लॉस ऑन शेयर बिफोर आफ्टर इग्नोर करो, अभी उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. नाउ आई हैव अ लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन ऑफ 9,25,000. नाउ थ्री ऑप्शन. सी, पहले फ्लैट में मुझे इंडेक्सेशन लॉस है 445 का, मुझे 50,000 का शॉर्ट टर्म लॉस है. आई हैव अ लॉन्ग टर्म गेन ऑफ 925, एंड आई हैव अ लॉन्ग टर्म गेन बिफोर 23rd 13,70,000. तो उसको कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं? हाउ, सी ये मैं ये बता रहा हूँ सिस्टम कैसे कैलकुलेट करती है. अभी इसमें वो लोग ने क्या किया है, जो फ्लैट है लॉन्ग टर्म के सामने पहले लॉन्ग टर्म एडजस्ट नहीं हुआ है, लॉन्ग टर्म के सामने पहले शॉर्ट टर्म एडजस्ट कर दिया उन्होंने. और ऐसा भी नहीं है 20 के सामने 10 एडजस्ट किया है, 20 के सामने बाकी सब एडजस्ट कर दिया है. एंड लॉन्ग टर्म जो शेयर्स है ना उसको अलग ही रखा है. लॉन्ग टर्म ऑन शेयर्स विल रिमेन डिफरेंट बिकॉज इट्स द रेट ऑफ 10%. लॉन्ग टर्म पे 10% है, फ्लैट पे 20% है. तो आप लास्ट लाइन अगर इग्नोर करो तो 89,000 इज 89 10 एंड 274 विल गिव यू आंसर हाउ मच? 175, जो हमारा पहले आया था, सेम आंसर. अभी 925 का टैक्स 80,000 क्यों आ रहा है? 925 माइनस 125, 8 lakhs का 10% इज 80,000. सो कहने का मतलब ये है कि ये लॉन्ग टर्म ऑन शेयर्स एंड लॉन्ग टर्म ऑफ फ्लैट, आपको कभी लगेगा कि ये शॉर्ट टर्म का लॉस, मतलब मुझे ये दिस फॉर्मूला में आई वांट टू जस्ट स्पेसिफाई short term loss on shares is not getting knocked off against long term profit on shares. Short term share सबसे पहले it is adjusting against long term gain on flat and not on shares. That is also beneficial to the assessor. अगर वो गेन के सामने कर लेता लॉन्ग टर्म के सामने, तो मेरा 10% के आइटम के सामने एडजस्ट हो जाता था.
शॉर्ट टर्म तो पहले शॉर्ट टर्म होना चाहिए ना,
पहले शॉर्ट टर्म, लेकिन शेयर के सामने नहीं कर रहे हैं, पहले प्रॉपर्टी के सामने कर रहे हैं. क्योंकि बाय डिफॉल्ट, क्योंकि अगर आप यूटिलिटी के चेक करोगे तो यूटिलिटी में, यूटिलिटी शेड्यूल एसआई, गो टू शेड्यूल एसआई. आप एक बार है ना, और एक बार मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है, एक रिटर्न है ना भरना मत, सिंपलेस्ट जाके ना यूटिलिटी में सब डाल के ना आंसर देखो, फिर निकल जाओ बाहर. लेकिन जस्ट चेक इट आउट. अभी द शेड्यूल एसआई फर्स्ट इज शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन, ये फर्स्ट हेड है, उसमें मान लो आपको लॉस है 50,000. सेकेंड इज एनी गेन ऑन सेल ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, सेकेंड, उसमें मान लो 13 लाख रुपए का प्रॉफिट आया, तो सबसे पहले 13 और सब 50 को पकड़ रहे हैं. थर्ड ऑप्शन है एनी गेन अंडर सेक्शन 112A लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन, वो थर्ड ऑप्शन है. इसलिए हम क्या सोचते हैं, शेयर्स माय प्रॉफिट इज 9,25,000, शेयर बाजार का लॉस है 50,000, इट विल गेट नॉक ऑफ। नहीं हो रहा है। अगर वो नॉक ऑफ होता तो मुझे खाली 10% का बेनिफिट मिलता था। ये उसने नॉक ऑफ किया 13,77,000 के सामने, तो मुझे 20% का बेनिफिट मिला। सो दैट ये फॉर्मूला मैं खाली यही बताना चाहता हूँ कि योर, अब वो माइंड से निकाल दो, शेयर के सामने शेयर, पहले के सामने पहले, बाद के सामने बाद में, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। इफ यू हैव अ प्रॉफिट, आपका लॉस किधर भी रहने दो, सबसे पहले प्रॉफिट के सामने कहीं भी एडजस्ट करेगा। पहले वो सेकंड के सामने एडजस्ट करेगा, फिर वो फर्स्ट के सामने एडजस्ट करेगा। ये एंड सेकंड थिंग, शेयर बाजार ऑलवेज फाइट विद शेयर, लॉन्ग टर्म शेयर बाजार फाइट विद शॉर्ट टर्म शेयर बाजार। अगर ये प्रॉपर्टी का कोई चक्कर ही नहीं होता, वो तो लॉन्ग टर्म शॉर्ट टर्म हो जाता। इन दिस केस माय लॉन्ग टर्म सेल इज 13,70,000। फर्स्ट दे आर एडजस्टिंग माय 50,000 दिस थिंग, देन माय 445 इंडेक्स, ये whatever benefit उसका 20% is 1,75,000, 175 प्लस दिस 80,000 रुपीज लॉन्ग टर्म गेन, और मेरा टैक्स आ गया 255। ये सब स्टोरी हो गया, एवरीथिंग इज बिफोर। अभी इसका कॉम्प्लिकेशन चालू होता है आफ्टर में। अभी दिस थिंग, ये मेरा सेकंड फॉर्मूला, सेम फॉर्मूला है, बट आई हैव रिटन द सेकंड फ्लैट यू हैव सोल्ड आफ्टर 23rd जुलाई, ओनली वन चेंज। देखो इधर देखो,
बिफोर था, यहाँ पे आप
ये देखो, इधर बिफोर था,
दोनों before।
सेल बिफोर दिस थिंग, ओके, ये दिस वन। अच्छा इसे कीप, अच्छा माउस उधर नहीं आता, ठीक है फाइन। और ये देखो, ये आफ्टर है, ओके। सो वन फ्लैट इज बिफोर, वन फ्लैट इज आफ्टर, एंड इन दिस इफ यू हैव अ शॉर्ट टर्म लॉस ऑफ 50,000, यू हैव अ लॉन्ग टर्म गेन ऑफ 9,25,000, व्हाट विल बी द आंसर? अभी टाइम नहीं है, अदरवाइज आई विल से अभी अब करो, देखो मुझे क्या आंसर आता है, देन आई विल शो यू व्हाट इज द आंसर। अब इमेजिन ही करोगे कि वो आंसर आता क्या है, अभी बताता हूँ। फर्स्ट थिंग, now 445 is the loss, correct, and 13,70,000 index, so they are giving 13,70,000 के सामने 50 445 दोनों एडजस्ट हो जाएगा। 13,70,000 is indexed after, okay, so 445 and 50,000 index loss, they are adjusting, technically they are not adjusting against 13,70,000, they are adjusting it against 40 lakh rupees। See what is my actual profit, 40 lakhs,
टोटल इनकम में 40 लाख है।
40 lakhs ही है, लेकिन दिखाने के लिए वो what they are saying, my 13,70,000 is the long term capital gain indexed profit on flat after 23rd July। So उसका टैक्स कितना आता है, 274, because 10% is costlier, that's why I am paying 20%, 274। लेकिन people will ask, सर मेरा वो लॉस का क्या हुआ, मेरा जो पहला प्रॉपर्टी का लॉस है, तो that 445 and 50 are actually adjusting against your 40 lakh rupees। बैक एंड में वो 40 लाख के सामने एडजस्ट हो रहा है, और 40 लाख इज व्हाट, 12.5। इसीलिए योर टैक्स विल बी 445 पे 12.5% का टैक्स बचेगा, 50,000 पे 12.5 का टैक्स बचेगा, और 1370 पे यू हैव टू पे 20%। सो योर टैक्स का इज कमिंग 2,12,000। इनिशियली सेम थिंग वी गॉट आंसर 175, ओके। अभी यहाँ पे 2,12,000 हो गया। यहाँ पे आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट लग रहा है?
थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड।
ये आप है ना क्या करो,
ये तो एक तो
23rd जुलाई के बाद है ना भूल जाओ कि कोई 20% का स्केल है ही नहीं। देयर इज ओनली वन स्केल 12.5%, ओके, ही इज मिस्टर 12.5%, ओके, एंड यू आर 20% लॉस बिफोर 23rd जुलाई आपका लॉस है, आपको अब इसके सामने एडजस्ट करना है। लेकिन 10 lakh rupees gain, 5 lakh rupees loss, it will not become 5 lakh rupees, it's becoming 5 lakh rupees। लेकिन 10 लाख पे 20 भरो, 5 लाख पे 12.5% का सेट ऑफ ले लो, because he may be paying tax as per indexation, but if you will see the schedule SI, they say capital gains 40 lakhs, tax is 2,74,000 in our formula। See last one, it is 1370 is written, see actual my profit is 40 lakhs, huh? See 50 minus 10, 50 minus 10 is my actual profit, 40 lakh rupees, correct? So what they say, in return it comes capital gains at the rate 12.5%, 40 lakhs, tax is 274, tax is 274, because the head is 12.5 only after 23rd July, खाली टैक्स में आपको बेनिफिट मिलता है। लेकिन देन somebody will come, सर मेरा 445 50 का क्या हुआ लॉस का? तो अगर मान लो in case you were opting for that 40 lakh rupees का 12.5%, then 40 minus 50 minus 445 का 12.5 को भरना था। Forget about indexation. After on the second property, if you are paying tax on 40 lakh rupees, how much you will pay? 12.5. तो वो 12.5 में से पहले का 50,000 और 445 वो दोनों सेट ऑफ मिलेगा, तो मिलता तो कितने रेट पे मिलता आपको? 12.5 पे मिलता है। तो सेम थिंग यहाँ पे टैक्स आप बल इंडेक्सेशन के हिसाब से भर रहे हो, लेकिन आपका हेड तो 12.5 ही है, इसीलिए वो जो दो आइटम का लॉस है ना, वो भी 12.5 के हिसाब से ही सेट ऑफ होगा।
इसे इसी साल का प्रॉब्लम है, नेक्स्ट ईयर से नहीं होगा।
नेक्स्ट यही प्रॉब्लम होगा ना, इंडेक्सेशन बंद का किया है, बंद का किया इंडेक्सेशन।
जो परचेज देखो रहे
हाँ
वो जो लॉस वाला जो है ना प्रॉब्लम, मैं उसकी बात कर रहा हूँ।
हाँ, फिर तो लॉस होगा ही नहीं, कि कैरी फॉर्वर्ड ही नहीं होगा तो क्या करोगे? नहीं, यही फॉर्मूला ये साल में ले लो ना, तो भी आंसर तो ये आने वाला। नाउ द थर्ड लास्ट वन, सेम फॉर्मूला, वी हैव ओनली 9,25,000 का, वी हैव दिस गेन, लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन। So 925, because 1370 or 40 lakh rupees can adjust 445 and 50,000 both. 40 lakh rupees ज्यादा फिगर है ना, actual profit is 40 lakhs, index profit is 1370, he can adjust both that 445 and 50,000. इसके लिए जो लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन है उसका 80,000 टैक्स सेपरेटली आएगा, वो कहीं भी सेट ऑफ नहीं होता है। मैंने आपको पहले भी फॉर्मूला में से, इन दिस फॉर्मूला आल्सो वी हैव डन 925 is 80,000 and in this also 925 is 80,000. खाली फर्क उतना पड़ा, on 1370 I am paying 274 and on 445 and 50,000 I am getting benefit only at the rate of 12.5%. Once you are crossing 23rd July, any loss will get set off only at the rate of 12.25. Though you are paying tax on indexed profit, because you have option of paying the tax index profit, वो खाली कैलकुलेशन के लिए है। आप है ना जो भी कैपिटल गेन्स करते हो ना, फिर यू हैव टू स्कीम, आइदर पे 12.5%, आइदर पे इंडेक्सेशन, खाली वो मन में कैलकुलेट करने के लिए दिया है उन लोगों ने। आपने कैलकुलेट किया, टैक्स जो भी कम आता है आपको वही भरना है, बाद में सब भूल जाओ। योर कैपिटल गेन्स इज 40 lakhs, तो टैक्स इज दैट वन, बट योर कैपिटल गेन्स इज 40 lakhs and rate is 12.5%. And if you are having any short term loss, any long term loss, any index loss, ये सारा कुछ एडजस्ट 12.5 के हिसाब से ही होगा। So here अभी अब कंपैरिजन के लिए, after 23rd July, if you have sold the second flat, the tax is 292, correct? 292 is the tax, और यही चीज in this formula we are paying 255. Same formula, the second flat, if it was sold before 23rd July, tax was 255. If the same flat sold after 23rd July, tax is 292. Because in this formula 255, that 445 and 50,000 get knock off at the rate of 20%. And in next formula, 445 and 50,000 get knock off at the rate of only 12.5%. That is the only change in calculation. एक बार दो बार करो, अदरवाइज फिर यूटिलिटी में परफेक्ट है तो फिर नोबडी विल चेक इट आउट ऑल्सो, फिर जाने देंगे सब लोग कैसे है। ये इसका खाली टैक्स प्लानिंग फ्रॉम अ सीए एंगल, आई कैन टेल टैक्स प्लानिंग एक ही चीज है, इफ योर क्लाइंट इज हैविंग अ सेलिंग अ प्रॉपर्टी इन दिस ईयर मींस अभी करेगा तो एवरीथिंग इज 20 आफ्टर 23rd July only. If this year, if he is selling a property, just tell him don't have a short term loss. अगर इस बार उसने प्रॉपर्टी बेचा and if he is having a profit of 50 lakh rupees and index profit of 20 lakh rupees, मान लो actual profit 50 lakh rupees, index profit 20 lakh rupees, अगर short term loss है वो एडजस्ट हो जाएगा 50 लाख के साथ में, वो कैरी फॉरवर्ड ही नहीं होगा। Because people have that option on the March, they must be having some script जो प्रॉफिट पे भी जाती होगी, उसको बोल you sell it and if you want you can buy it on the next day, लेकिन you reduce your short term loss, क्योंकि वो short term loss knock off हो जाएगा, वो मिलेगा ही नहीं उसको। क्योंकि what government says, your profit, you pay tax on 20 lakhs but your profit is 50 lakhs, 50 minus 15, so income will be 35 lakhs, 35 lakhs ही दिखेगा, वो 15 lakhs का लॉस कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा ही नहीं कभी। इफ ही इज सेलिंग अ प्रॉपर्टी, अगर वो प्रॉपर्टी सेल ही नहीं कर रहा है तो फॉरगेट इट, तो फिर 15 लाख का लॉस कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा, वो मिलेगा उसको। बिकॉज दे व्हाट दे हैव डन, आप कितना भी इंडेक्स कर लो प्रॉफिट तो वही रहेगा। 10 lakhs property sold for 1 crore and your indexation is 99 lakh rupees, for you it is only 1 lakh rupees, okay, 1 lakh 20%, pay 20,000, but for us the profit is 99 lakh rupees. Or if you have a 99 lakh rupees share बाजार का लॉस, गॉड जीरो, सीधा 99 लाख का नुकसान हो गया सीधा। एंड 99 lakhs का नुकसान नहीं है, 99 lakhs into 20% का नुकसान है, because आफ्टर ये साल में ये 15-20 है, बाकी करंट ईयर में तो इट इज 20 ओनली, so you will be losing 99 lakhs into 20% सीधा। सो 20 lakhs का सीधा नुकसान हुआ। खाली उन्होंने आपको 20,000 रुपया भरवा के आपसे 20 लाख रुपया ले लिया, आपसे खाली 20,000 रुपया भरवा के उसे 20 लाख का सेट ऑफ ले लिया,
चलो नहीं आया।
पिक्चर में नहीं है कहीं पे भी। इसलिए ये लास्ट है, ये आपको करना है, उत्सव की तैयारी करो और क्या। एनी क्वेरी?
सॉफ्टवेयर से ध्यान में आता ही नहीं है।
हाँ ये तो
पहले होते ही दिखते हैं, लोगों को दिखता है।
वैसा है ना, इतना फास्ट मूविंग है कि किसको टाइम है सब करने का। लेकिन ये क्या कंसेप्ट क्लियर करने के लिए, आपको पता ही नहीं होगा तो आप जो भी आंसर आता है मान लेते हो। और ये क्यों मैं बता रहा हूँ,
Let's try diagrams.
ये इसलिए बता रहा हूँ कि 99% सॉफ्टवेयर आर करेक्ट, 1% देयर इज अ बग। अगर आपके इन माय सॉफ्टवेयर मैं बताता हूँ 54 डिडक्शन इट इज नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग। अच्छा आपको और एक चीज, इट इज नॉट आउट ऑफ द टॉपिक, हाउस प्रॉपर्टी व्हाट एवरीवन नोस, इन न्यू रेजिम interest on self occupied property you don't get the benefit. In new regime let out property interest benefit you get. Okay, so my rent is 10 lakhs, interest is 6 lakh rupees, I have to pay 4 lakh, वो that standard deduction सब कैलकुलेट करने के बाद तो 4 lakh rupees आपको भरना है। say your rent is 10 lakh rupees, your interest is 20 lakh rupees, then
तो 10 lakhs आगे जाएगा और 2 लाख रुपए तक वो
कर
करेगा।
2 लाख मिलेगा, मतलब 10 लाख 20 लाख है तो 10 लाख का लॉस है ना, तो 2 लाख मिलेगा, 8 लाख रुपए आगे जाएगा, बराबर है? नहीं, अभी फिर से वो सेक्शन खोल के देख लेना, उसमें लिखा है इन न्यू रेजिम यू डोंट गेट एनी लॉस, लेट आउट प्रॉपर्टी का भी लॉस नहीं मिलता। हाँ दैट वो 2 लाख भी नहीं मिलेगा, और उसमें लिखा है एंड दैट लॉस फुल 10 लाख विल गेट कैरी फॉरवर्ड, वो 2 लाख नहीं मिलेगा। अभी घर जाके यूटिलिटी कर लेना, यूटिलिटी में वो 10 लाख भी कैरी फॉरवर्ड नहीं होता, वो भी गया जीरो, हाउस प्रॉपर्टी इनकम जीरो, 10 लाख भी गया, सब गया, कुछ नहीं। ओल्ड रेजिम में सब कुछ है, ओल्ड रेजिम में सब कुछ है, यू गेट ओल्ड रेजिम में तो एसओपी भी मिलता है, वो लेट आउट भी मिलता है, सब कुछ मिलता है, कैरी फॉरवर्ड भी मिलता है। इसलिए वहां पे आपको, क्योंकि मतलब बेसिकली माय टारगेट वाज दैट बिफोर 15 सितंबर गो टू ऑल योर क्लाइंट्स, जहां पे भी लॉस या जहां पे भी लगे कि एचआरए है, सी नाउ ओल्ड रेजिम में 1 ही लोग रह गए खाली एचआरए, अदर बाकी सब निकल गए। एचआरए इज द ओनली थिंग व्हिच हैव केप्ट पीपल इन ओल्ड रेजिम, ऑल सैलरीड पीपल्स। जिस दिन एचआर
वो डिसेबल्ड वाली भी है।
न्यू रेजिम में ट्रैवलिंग
ओल्ड एंड न्यू रेजिम का डिफरेंस है 4 लाख रुपीस, 1,50,000 ETC, 50,000 मेडिक्लेम, पिताजी का भी ले लो, सॉरी 25,000 आपका ले लो, फिर 50,000 पिताजी का ले लो, 225, 50,000 एनपीएस ले लो, 270 एनपीएस तो उधर भी मिलता है, सॉरी 225, 2 लाख रुपए हाउस प्रॉपर्टी का ले लो, 4,25,4,25 अगर आप नहीं भी लेते हो ना तो भी न्यू रेजिम सस्ता है। ओके, सो वो बेनिफिट रहा ही नहीं अभी। हाँ आप बोलोगे डोनेशन ये वो सब वो अलग बात है,
इनकम स्लैब कितना है?
खाली HRA is 50% of the basic and the benefit is that HRA is excess of 10% of basic minus actual rent paid, that is the formula। तो वो आप, वो बिग अमाउंट होता है, क्योंकि वो अगर किसी का रेंट आज की बॉम्बे में 40,000 के नीचे तो मिलता नहीं है, 480 के सामने अगर उसको 360 भी मिलता है तो ये बेनिफिट प्लस 360 कम्स टू 7-8 लाख रुपीस, तो उसको ओल्ड रेजिम में सस्ता पड़ेगा। तो ओनली HRA पीपल आर अंडर ओल्ड रेजिम, अदरवाइज नाउ एवरीवन इन न्यू रेजिम। ये लोग पता नहीं पागल है, इनको नेक्स्ट टाइम बजट में 10 जे से इन न्यू रेजिम वी आर गिविंग HRA बेनिफिट, दूसरे दिन से ओल्ड रेजिम पूरा स्क्रैपी हो जाएगा, स्क्रैपी हो जाएगा, खाली HRA का बेनिफिट दे दो इधर, बात खत्म हो गया, मैट्रिक क्लोज हो गया।
ये जो भी डिडक्शन है ना सैलरी को कुछ
किसमें
ये
किसमें
ये
75,000 स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन और कुछ नहीं, एनपीएस 50,000, 80 CCD 1 पेड बाय द एम्प्लॉयर 50,000 वही मिलेगा बस, अलाउंस कुछ नहीं, वो तो कन्वेंस अलाउंस पहले था 1,800 रुपीज ओल्ड रेजिम में, कुछ नहीं। फिर वो ये जो इंटरनल जो सेक्शंस रहते हैं ग्रेचुइटी का ये वो सब अलग है सेक्शन,
क्योंकि एक फॉर्म 16 आएगा ना उसके अंदर वो डिडक्शन
तो ओल्ड रेजिम होगा ना। आपको 75 था कि 50,000 लिखा था स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन, हाँ तो पॉक्स क्या कुछ होगा, मतलब वो सेक्शन 10 में, वो सेक्शन 10 में जो मिलता होगा ना उसी में उसने लेस कर दिया होगा सैलरी में से। इफ दे हैव गिवन दैट अंडर सेक्शन 10 वी आर गिविंग कन्वेंस अलाउंस, यूनिफॉर्म अलाउंस, कन्वेंस अलाउंस, बहुत कुछ है, वो सब मिलेगा अलाउंस में से, टैक्सेबल सैलरी तो बाहर ही रहेगा आपका। लेकिन HRA इज द बिगेस्ट थिंग, वो उसके वजह से पूरा कंपटीशन हिलता है। आप if you are not claiming HRA, if the person says I am getting HRA but I am living on my own house, then also you will be filing new regime only, you will never file old regime। Okay, So this is the thing.
तो tenant है, तो tenant पहला वो पर्सनल tenant बना था,
Hmm.
ये 4-5 महीने का सबको कोई 80% रेडी मिली,
Okay. Yeah, हाँ, हाँ,
रिटर्न मिली गई,
हाँ।
और
बड़ा मिल रहा है ना, बड़ा मिल रहा है,
और उससे राइट किया वो पैसे दे रहे हैं।
हाँ। वो तो मैं बताया ना आपको, पीपल आर, अब वही बता रहा हूँ ना, उसका फाइट चल रहा है। एक्चुअली ये लॉ आ गया है कि रेंट रिसीव्ड ऑन रीडेवलपमेंट इट इज अ कैपिटल रिसीट, इट इज एक्चुअली व्हाट दे आर टेलिंग, इट इज अ हार्डशिप कंपेंसेशन, बट आई एम नॉट एग्रीइंग विद दिस। अगर ऐसा हुआ ना तो फिर वापस करप्शन चालू हो जाएगा। इफ आई एम अ बिल्डर एंड से एग्जांपल यू 3 आर इन द, और मेरे पहचान वाले लोग हैं, मैं आपको बोलूंगा सर एक काम करो, 1-1 करोड़ रेंट देता हूँ सबको, यू विल से इट इज कैपिटल रिसीट, आई विल नॉट पे टैक्स, बट आई विल क्लेम एग्जम्पशन, मैं तो खर्चे में ले लूंगा 3 करोड़, तो गलत ही हो गया ना एक्चुअली। लेकिन दे से इट इज हार्डशिप कंपेंसेशन।
उसका कुछ क्या टेनेंसी रेट एक्सचेंज हो गया था, पर 4-5 मंथ्स के अंदर आपने लेके, इसमें तो वो लोग डिपार्टमेंट ने वो शॉर्ट टर्म
डिपार्टमेंट तो अभी भी कितने लोगों को इसके भी नोटिस भेजते हैं, रीडेवलपमेंट इज नॉट कंप्लीटेड विद इन 3 इयर्स, सो यू आर लूजिंग योर लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन बेनिफिट। इसलिए लोग बोलते हैं कि रिटर्न में दिखाओ आप लोग।
हम लोग क्या होता है टेनेंसी राइट नो 4-5 महीने वाले की मैं राइट है, मेरे को रजिस्टर मिला, मैं पैसे मिले तो वो पीरियड काउंट करो। आज राइट एक्सचेंज हो गया, आपको काउंट कर 4 मंथ्स शॉर्ट टर्म हो गया।
रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है, दे आर सपोज टू फॉलो द लॉ, उनको तो जस्ट पेपर पे ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट लॉ ही फॉलो करना है, दे आर नॉट प्रैक्टिकल। मान लो कि आपने अभी सिमिलरली जस्ट यस्टरडे आई फाइल्ड द रिटर्न, शी वाज वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी where there is agreement April to June, April to September she was in Pune, rent was 30,000, then she came here on 15th October, she made an agreement for 15th October to 31st March 75,000, and because she was there up to 15th October over there, so that person उसने बोला कि सर 15 महीने का आपको रेंट देना, 15 दिन का रेंट देना पड़ेगा, she paid the rent, डिपार्टमेंट से सर एग्रीमेंट किधर है उसका, अभी एग्रीमेंट कहाँ से लाएंगे, she has paid rent, she has bank proof, वो लिख के भी देगी, चलो तो सब कुछ दे देगी, लेकिन सर देयर इज नो एग्रीमेंट, अभी 15 दिन का एग्रीमेंट नहीं होता है, क्या कर सकते हैं। हाँ, अरे देखो मैं व्हाट आई बिलीव इन प्रैक्टिस में, आप जो बोल रहे हो ना प्रूव होना चाहिए, वो पूछेगी तो प्रूव होना चाहिए ना।
सर आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है, आपने आई थिंक म्यूट किया है। सर आपके यहाँ पे एक डिवाइस रहेगा, देखो ब्लैक कलर का, उस पर क्लिक करो। यस परफेक्ट।
So the seminar is over. Any queries? Any online queries are there?
People are watching online.
Okay, friends. Anyone have any queries? Those who are online? Okay, fine. You have any queries from you? Anything? So I hope I will made myself really clear, and the concept is clear or not?
Yes.
Fine. Thank you, members. So we are ending this session over here. Thank you very much and for giving me opportunity. Thank you, Ketan Bhai, our chairman, and WRC of ICAI for giving me the opportunity to just give a glimpse of this capital gains changes of 23rd July amendments to the members. Thank you very much. Thank you, friends.
Thank you.